Viewers, today I will discuss Shakespeare's sonnet number 18. William Shakespeare was the poet and mainly dramatist in Elizabethan England. He born in 1564 and died in 1616. He wrote totally 154 sonnets, and his sonnets can be divided into three groups. The first groups from sonnet number 1 to 126, and this first group of sonnets are addressed to a young man who is believed to be the Earl of Southampton or the Earl of Pembroke. His identity is controversial, and somebody says he is William Herbert, the Earl of Pembroke. Other critics say that his friend's name is Henry Ruthlessly, the Earl of Southampton. The second group of sonnets number from 127 to 152. These second groups of sonnets are addressed to the Dark Lady, whose identity is also controversial. Critics say that she may be the Mary Priton, a maid of honor in some important household of the time. The last two sonnets, sonnet number 153 and 154, stand in a class by themselves. These sonnets are a celebration of love because they describe the invincible power of Cupid, the god of love. They are not directly related either to the first group or to the second groups of sonnet. Shakespeare's sonnets have the autobiographical and psychological touch, and sonnet number 18 is autobiographical. In this sonnet, the poet first thinks of comparing the beauty of his friend of golden complexion to a bright day of summer. But almost immediately he decides against that because his friend's ideal beauty is much superior to the uncertain, unsteady and temporal beauty of summer's day. The charm of nature in summer is spoilt by excessively strong gale, that is storm, which harasses the birds of May, by excessive heat of the sun, which causes great discomfort, and by frequent advent of darkish clouds which dim the daylight and diminish the brightness of summer. But the greatest defect of seasonal summer is that it is doomed to end in a few days. Its lease, its time span over nature is of a too short period. If at all the poet talks about the beauty of his beloved young man in the metaphor of summer, it must be an eternal summer. His friend's beauty will defy the power of time and death. Being celebrated by the poet in his immortal verse, the poet will make his lover not only everlasting, but make his beauty ever growing with the passage of time, provided men live on earth and read poetry in the distant future too. Now I am going line after line. First line, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? This is the question. The answer is there. The poet is not interested to compare his friend's beauty to the summer's day. Viewers, we know in England there are two seasons and can be said three seasons, summer and winter, and in between this there comes springtime. In summertime they feel very comfortable. The people of cold countries feel very comfortable because all the year round there is the cold. The poet is not even interested to compare the beauty of his friend to the beautiful season of summer, comfortable summer, because he thinks his friend's beauty is more permanent, his friend's beauty deserves more praise. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. He is addressing to his friend and telling that your beauty is more lovely and more temperate. Your beauty, your quality is more balanced, temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling birds of May. Rough winds come in May time and it shakes off, it destroys the beautiful birds, beautiful flowers of May time. And summer's lease hath all too short a date, and the summer has a short span of time. Sometimes too hot the eyes of the heaven shines. Sometimes the eyes of the heaven means sun is very hot in summer time, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and sometimes the golden color of the sun, sometimes dimmed by the clouds in summer time. This is why all these are the reasons for not comparing the beauty of his friend to the season summer. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. This is prophetic line. We know every beautiful things destroy in certain time by chance or nature's changing course untimed. Untimed means it declines by the changing course of time. Everything is changeable in this world. But the eternal summer shall not fade. But the poet is telling that you are my friend, you have great quality, and your eternal summer, eternal beauty, eternal virtue shall not fade, shall not diminish, decline, nor lose possession of that fair thou wingest, nor the fair, the beauty you have will not be destroyed by anything, nor shall death break thou wanderest in his shade, and death will not be very proud of defying you, taking you under its shade, because you will not die. When in eternal lines to time thou growest, because you will be alive times after times, and with the passage of time, with the change of time, you will grow again and again. How? You will be alive to that time till my lines are read by generations after generations. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this. This means this poem, and this gives life to thee. And this poem, my verse, will give life to you again and again. In the last concluding couplet, that means last two lines, we get the view of Shakespeare's own quality. Shakespeare has a great esteem of his own poem, own writing. This is why he has a guarantee in his mind that his poem is eternal. It will be alive for long, and his friend will be living along with his verse, along with his poem. Readers, see the structure of the poem. There are three quatrains. One quatrain has 4 lines. 3 quatrains totally means 12 lines, and there is concluding couplet. Last 2 lines concluding couplet. And what is the rhyming scheme? First quatrain A B A B. Second quatrain C D C D. Third quatrain E F E F. And concluding couplet Z Z. The sonnet is addressed to a handsome young man, supposed to be the poet's patron. It characteristically displays the preoccupation with the theme of conflict between time and beauty, or love, found in a majority of Elizabethan sonnets. It is interesting and enlightening to note how Shakespeare establishes his individual tone and atmosphere and brings a refreshing touch to the fundamentally age-old theme treated conventionally by hundreds of poets. The Friend's beauty is idealized in hyperbolic terms. In a truly romantic vein, the poet goes on to declare it as superior to the very best thing in nature, a bright summer's day. Applying some playful arguments based on observation of nature with keen sensitivity, he points out some of the discomfiture of a summer's day is subjected to. Intemperate heat, rough winds, occasional cloudiness, and most importantly, a very short tenure, short time period. This thought leads to the consideration of the universal law of decay, which operates all over nature and human life. See the line, and every fair from fair some time declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimed. Shakespeare wrote the sonnets by giving the number only. He gave no title of his sonnets, and in many editions, many books, we get the title, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? And this title is given by the editors, not by Shakespeare himself.